It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Friday. It is going to be a weird day in the weather department. We're waking up with temperatures generally in the 40s, so above freezing for most. There's some cold air up in central Missouri and wintry mix on the radar this morning. For most of us, what we're seeing is just a few light rain shower echoes, but temperatures are actually going to drop through the course of the day, and we may see that rain, sleet, snow mix sink south into the Ozarks, and there could even be a bit of accumulation today. So a weird end to the work week, definitely after all the sunshine and 60-degree temperatures that we had around, but this is the hand that we're dealt for today, and it's not going to last too long. It definitely won't be around with us all weekend long. So at least that's the good news. Temperatures this morning, I mentioned they're in the 40s, but by the time you head home from work tonight, we'll be in the mid 30s, even in the Springfield area. Colder than that up north. In fact, I think afternoon temperatures along and north of Highway 54 will be below freezing. And you'll see in a minute, there is a chance for a little bit of this winter weather to stick in the Ozarks. Rain, sleet, snow, that's what we're going to be dealing with today. None of it too heavy, all fairly light in nature, but because the temperatures are just close enough, it's one of those days that's just kind of a headache to figure out exactly where that rain, sleet, snow line will be. And I think the answer in most communities is that you're going to get a combination of things. At least that's true in the Springfield metro area. Rain changing over to perhaps a brief time period where we see some sleet and light snowfall. I'm not expecting impacts for the Springfield area, and we've had such warm temperatures around, we shouldn't have much of a problem on the roadways. It could be a different story for our northeastern counties, and by this, I mean Lebanon, Salem, Houston, all the way up toward the Rolla area. That's where some light snow could add up in spots and make for a few minor impacts. This is not a big-time winter event by any means. Anyone traveling today, though, know that up along I-70 in central Missouri, the St. Louis area, they may be getting a bit more in terms of snowfall, a couple inches possible along I-70. So that's where maybe some minor road impacts will be felt. I think for the most part, it's just rainfall. Out west is where we see some of the rain this morning. That's where we have active showers coming down. They should come to an end by lunch, though. For the Springfield area, I'm also thinking we'll hold on to some light cold rain, perhaps mixing in with a little bit of sleet as we head into the late afternoon hours. And then we'll likely see a bit more of that winter weather for the Camdenton area, Rolla area, as I mentioned. All of this, though, is going to end. We won't see anything left on the radar, even out in our eastern counties, past about 3 p.m. So it's not going to be a long-lived event, but the radar will be busy this morning through the early afternoon hours. Small accumulations possible for our northeastern counties. The key messages for you here is that light rain, sleet, and snow will move through the area this morning and this afternoon, and chances of a dusting to a half inch are going to be possible primarily across central Missouri. So I mentioned Springfield. I don't think we see much of anything. This is really a bigger deal if you don't know anybody that lives up north or if you're traveling today. Kansas City, Columbia, St. Louis, all of those locations expecting very minimal road impacts from this event. Light accumulations may occur on grassy surfaces, though. So just if you see the snowflakes, it'll be one of those like, hey, it's cold enough to snow again. Wind chill values are maybe going to be the bigger deal as we head into the weekend. It's going to get cold and blustery, especially on Saturday morning. I have temperatures that will be right around 15 degrees. That's the feels like number for tomorrow morning. So if you have weekend plans, you definitely need to bundle up and prepare for the winter cold early Saturday. I am expecting that temperatures start to recover pretty nicely as we head into Sunday and much of next week. In fact, temps will warm back above average by Sunday of this weekend. So it's a quick shot of cold in winter. It'll quickly come to an end by Sunday afternoon. I'm expecting on Monday for President's Day for temperatures to be back into the 50s for highs. By the way, high temperature on Saturday, upper 30s, low 40s. A cold day all around. That's a good indoor day for you. If you're looking to get outside this weekend, you probably can on Sunday with sunshine and a high temperature in about the low 50s. By Monday, we're in the mid 50s. And by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, I think the 60s are back. It's going to be a nice little warm up here in the Ozarks as we head into late this weekend and the early part of next week. Around the country, what's making headlines on this Friday? Well, heavy rain and high elevation snow happening again out in the west. It's been very active for them so far this February. Snowfall also occurring on the radar this morning up near the Great Lakes region and much of the Northeast, expecting some more snowfall today. And we are also talking about this quick moving winter burst for the Midwest and the Tennessee Valley. And of course, that's what's occurring on the radar for us early this morning. All right, it is time for your Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question for the day. The question that I left you with yesterday. Have you ever thought about this? About how long does it take Pluto to orbit the sun in Earth time? The options that I gave you were 75 years, 120 years, 170 years, or 250 years. Well, those of you that went big, you guessed 250 years, you would be correct. To be exact, it's 248 years. Pluto takes 248 Earth years to make one revolution around the sun. That means that 1 year on Pluto is about 248 years on Earth. It takes Pluto 6.5 Earth days/nights to rotate. So 1 day on Pluto is about 6.5 days here on Earth. Now you know, 250 years. We do it a whole lot faster here on Earth in Earth time. All right, I'll give you the question that I'll leave you with for Monday, President's Day. How about this one? What kind of crop did President Jimmy Carter and his family farm in Georgia? Do you think it was corn, peaches, blueberries, or peanuts? Let me know your guess. You could win $20 to Scooters Coffee. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. I hope everyone has a fantastic Friday. If you like the snowfall, I hope you get to see some. Again, very little to minimal impact today, unless you're up in central Missouri. That's where we could have very minor snowfall impacts and accumulation. It'll just be a cold, windy day in the Ozarks, so bundle up and we will chat again.